Terra 2084 is a dystopian short film in a similar vein to George Orwell's 1984, but while 1984 was basically a type of foreshadowing for communism, 2084 is more of a critique on capitalism. And as is always the case in dystopias, we are flung into a futuristic world that is on one hand recognizable, but on the other hand has advanced significantly compared to ours, but in all of the imaginable wrong directions. The film's color scheme is a kind of black and white that isn't overly dominated by strong contrasts. It's mostly different shades of gray that govern. The story takes place in a single space, which is like a kind of chamber, and the only significant interactions, at least in the beginning, take place between our main character, who is this kind of solitary vagabond, and a rat, which just so happens to have found the same dwelling space as him. Even though we don't get to see the outside world, all of the information we would need about it is fed through us through excellent cinematography, I mentioned the color scheme, and through the minimalist scenic design, which is this one concrete chamber we are in, which gives us the sense that this is a world that's filthy, dark, wretched, claustrophobic, and dreadful. And also the idea of a world where the only way to escape a global tyrannical administration is by becoming an outsider, a fugitive, always on the brink of starvation, just like the rat. While the man listens to his radio broadcasting news about subjects like the recently cloned Jim Morrison, the New World Order, and the introduction of a new world currency, a strange static starts disrupting the signal. The radio, or rather a voice coming from the radio, starts talking back to him. The voice reveals itself to be an ambassador for an advanced alien species. This is where the film is at its most interesting, during this intergalactic conversation between our man and this mysterious alien voice. It is through the alien's questions about subjects unfamiliar and unimaginable to him like religion and currency, and through the man's attempts at explaining these concepts, that he realizes just how absurd and wrong these inventions of humankind really are. Now I have to point out that I think this short film is very good. Great cinematography, great directing, excellent sound design, great acting, but there is just one aspect about it that kind of bugs me. And that would be that the film is a little bit too obvious in its delivery, in all of its elements, even starting from the title itself. Like what I mentioned earlier about the interactions between the man and the rat. There is a given moment when the two of them share an apple together, and the man actually does start to gnaw at the apple in the same way as a rat would. And also the conversation with the alien. I mean, albeit being well written and well executed, this theme of God and money only exists to control the population? Who would have thought? Now this might be strange coming from me because I don't even like allegorical films that much, but I wouldn't have minded a little bit more subtlety here. But I probably shouldn't consider that to be a fault of the film, because like I said, this is a kind of Orwellian 1984 type of universe, and even though it feels kind of outdated a little bit, it's quite possible that that's exactly what the filmmakers were going for. So that's it folks, thank you for watching. Oh shit, they're coming for me.